Worst transfers in college football history. Back in 2016, Tate Martell was coming off a perfect high school record at Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. He was the big name in high school football, and everyone thought he'd be the next superstar quarterback. He even got featured on Netflix's QB1 Beyond the Lights for his wild high school success, and his confidence was through the roof, so he committed to Ohio State, and people were sure he was going to be a college legend. But what happened next totally shocked everyone. You see, once Martell got to Ohio State, he was stuck behind a loaded group of talented quarterbacks, and those quarterbacks weren't just anyone. We're talking about JT Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, and even Joe Burrow was there for a while, so Martell barely got on the field. In fact, he only threw 28 passes his whole time at Ohio State, and most of his action was in blowout wins. But then things got even more dramatic. The thing is, after just 2 seasons, Martell saw Justin Fields transfer in from Georgia, and he decided to leave Ohio State without ever starting a game. So he headed to Miami with sky-high expectations, like he would finally get his shot, and fans were hyped that a 5-star recruit was coming to save the Hurricanes. But what happened next didn't go at all the way anyone planned. As it turns out, Martell lost the quarterback competition at Miami before the season even started, and it wasn't just once, but twice. He got moved down the depth chart, switched to wide receiver for a bit, then switched back to quarterback. However, despite this, he was barely on the field and finished his first year at Miami, barely throwing the ball and only running a handful of times. But just when you think his story's finally over, it actually got even wilder. What I mean is that after Miami brought in another transfer quarterback, Martell transferred again, this time back home to UNLV. At this point, he was basically hoping for one last shot, but he played only 2 games, threw just a couple of passes, and got stuck 4th on the depth chart for a team that won only 2 games all season.